Stop. Do not renew your passport or travel on your passport if you are an asylee or a green card holder through your asylum status. You risk losing your status and you risk having to spend a lot of time and headache trying to keep your status, even if you ultimately don't lose it. There's a risk. And so tonight we're going to talk about this risk and advice for travel for those who have asylum status and people who have green cards, and that green card was through their asylum status. So I'm Lindsay. I'm an attorney with Alight Legal. We're an immigration law firm based in Washington, D.C. However, we represent and serve clients all over the U.S. and all over the country, or all over the world. So tonight we're talking about travel advice for asylees and legal permanent residents who receive their status through the initial asylum grant. Now, this is, of course, general information. This is not specific to your case. This is a general topic applicable to all asylum seekers, or asylees and green card holders. However, if you need advice on your particular situation, it is very important that you reach out for a consultation, that you consult with someone about your particular case. So, on to our topic for tonight. Refugees and asylees can, of course, travel outside of the United States and re-enter the United States on what's called a refugee travel document. We've talked about the I-131 before. This is the application and the need for a refugee travel document if you have been granted asylum status or if you're a legal permanent resident or green card holder based on asylum. This travel document acts like your passport, and this is what allows you to enter other countries, but it also is what allows you to re-enter the U.S. if you're an asylee. If you have your green card, then that is your evidence of how you can enter the U.S. If you're a green card holder. But refugees and asylees who travel back to their home country from which they sought protection may endanger their status, even if they are legal permanent residents. And refugees and asylees who travel on the passport of their home country or the country from which they claimed asylum, if those are different places, even if they didn't travel back to their home country, may also jeopardize their immigration status. This is really important for our clients and others to know, because once you make this mistake, then it may be impossible to clean up. It may be possible to clean up, and it may never affect you, but it could cause some very serious problems. So we really want to make this public knowledge. We want everyone to know about these risks if they decide to travel. So asylum status can be terminated for a number of reasons listed in the INA, which is the Immigration and Nationality Act. And an individual's underlying asylum status may be terminated even if that person has already become a lawful permanent resident. So returning to one's home country of claim persecution could be relevant to a number of termination grounds, and also by availing yourself to the protection of, this is legal terminology, if you avail yourself to the protection of your home country, then you could also fall under these termination grounds. And arguably renewing or traveling on your passport means that you are allowing or relying on the protection of your home country to protect you and to allow you to enter other places if you're traveling on that country's passport. So remember that travel information has to be disclosed on your naturalization application, your N-400. So even if you travel, you've already gotten your green card and you're like, oh, how are they going to know I traveled back to my home country? Well, you actually have to list that information when you go on to apply for the next stage. And I'm just going to take a brief stop to say hello to all of those who are watching. Thank you for those who are joining. Robel, hello to you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that our clients are watching and listening because we want you to remain safe and protected. So Also, when you file your green card application, again, they're going to check your travel information. So both at the green card level and also at the naturalization level, your travel will be considered, it will be discussed, and it could be problematic at either stage. So if you have already traveled to your home country, or if you've already traveled on your passport, please do not try to hide this information from USCIS, and definitely do not fail to disclose it, because then you're going to be in more trouble. If you have already traveled, if you've already renewed, then you need to work with an attorney on the next stages of your case. There are ways around it. There are, of course, and you're going to hear from your friends, that a lot of people have traveled to their home country after they were granted their green card and they were able to naturalize. You're going to hear that a lot of people have used their passport to go to other places. That doesn't mean that it will not cause trouble for you. USCIS has the ability to make this process very difficult for you, and they have the ability to go back, review your initial asylum application, put you into removal proceedings, and make you fight this fight all over again. Many of you have fought this fight for years and years and years and have spent a lot of money and time and agony and trauma, and I don't want any of you to have to go through any of that again. So please just take this advice for travel. If you're an asylee or if you got your green card through asylum status, do not travel back to your home country, do not renew, and do not travel on your passport. There are some extreme situations. There are situations where USCIS overlooks this, but that does not mean that you will be that lucky person and that you will not have problems. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to drop those in the comments. I will try to answer them if I can. Remember, of course, this is a live public forum, so if it's very specific to you, then you may want to send that to us directly. You can reach us at info@elitelegal.com. Our phone number is here on the screen. We would be happy to provide a consultation, whether that's for your asylum case, your green card case, your naturalization case, sponsoring your family members. We are an immigration firm that represents people from all over the world and all types of different immigration cases. So please feel free to reach out if you have questions or concerns. That will wrap up our time tonight. We'll be back on Tuesday, the following Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And please feel free to follow up with comments or questions here on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live. We will try to get back to you and answer those. All right. Hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Goodbye.